thank you for having me. I'm so grateful. I'm honored. I love my people. And it's just really, being here today with you. I'm just going to speak from my heart. And, this is part of my goal and my purpose here. I know why I'm here on earth. Okay. And my purpose here on earth is to help you, especially women, to figure out what their purpose is and what your purpose is, and to show you what you're really, really made of. Okay. And so I'm going to start with just a little background about me. Thank you so much for introducing me. From Northern Ireland, I'm a Derry girl, and I grew up in a home. We had very, very little. I grew up with my grandmother and my sisters, and we lived in a little, it was a council house. You would call it a council house, right? And we had a little bungalow, and me, my granny, and my two sisters, we all slept in this one room together. So it was me and my sister in bunk beds, and then my granny and my younger sister in the other bed. Okay. So we had very little money, and my grandmother, God bless her, she's passed now. She was, looking back, my grandmother was such a strong woman. Wow, what a strong woman. She got up every day. She was so disciplined. No matter what, we didn't have very much money, but no matter what, she got up every day at the same time and she went to work. And what she used to do was clean toilets. Her job was to clean toilets for the city council in Derry. That's what my grandmother did for a living. And then every Thursday, she would come home, and me and my sisters would gather around after school in our school uniforms, and she would bring her wee pay packet. It was like a wee envelope, and she would pull out the money that she made for the week, and she would divide it up, and she would say, so it was about £140. That's all she made a week. I'm just guessing. And she would say, there's 20 for the electricity or for the bills. And she would divide up this money and show us where the money was going. And God rest her, if there was any money left over, she would say, well, there's a $5 for you, Cliona, and there's a $5 for you, Michaela. And so we would get, whatever was left over. And so that's where I came from. I came from very little means, but my grandmother, the one thing about her was she was disciplined, and she was strong, and she was confident. She was graceful. She was a lady, and she carried herself that way. And she taught me to do the same. And so what I want to share with you ladies, especially today, is a couple of things that I've learned on this journey, coming from nothing, moving to America. My life, it wasn't a walk in the park. It was very, very hard for me in the beginning. And when I came to America, I had no money. I really didn't have any money. And I had programming from back home, as many of you may know my story. So what I've learned is, number one, is we have to have goals. And the reason why we have to set goals is because if we don't have a goal, ladies, we're drifting. Okay, what does that mean? When you're drifting, you're letting the world dictate where you're going in life, okay? You're letting the outside control how you feel about yourself and what you're going to do with your life. So the first step is to create a desire. And when I say desire, I mean create a goal that you're madly, deeply, passionately in love with. It's not just a little goal and that's nice to have. You need to fall in love with an idea of where you want to go in your life. Because if you don't, the world will dictate where you're going, okay? So my first piece of advice today for everyone, if I could go back and visit even my 17-year-old self, this is what I would tell her, okay? Number 1, get your goal. Number 2, write it down. And listen to this one. I thought of this today. I thought this would be funny. So when you write your goal down, ladies, you write it in present tense as if you already have it, because you're tricking your subconscious mind, okay? And aim for something really that scares you, something that's really going to cause you to grow. It's not about getting the money. It's not about getting the house. It's about who you become in the process, ladies. We are made of greatness. We just forgot. And with whatever environment we grew up in, we never really got to step into our power because of conditioning, okay? This is your chance to set a goal that's going to make you grow and make you stretch into this powerful, confident woman that you're supposed to be, okay? Write down your goal, put a number on it, and put it in your bra, okay? That's what I thought of today. I want you to put your goal in your bra, put it next to your heart, fall in love with it, because that's where you're going in life. And no one will stop you. If you study every single day, and here's something else I want to share with you. We must have confidence, ladies. We must have confidence. If we don't have confidence, we're not going to achieve our heart's desires. Okay, so there's something that I do every day. I wasn't born with this confidence. For me to even be on this camera right now, it took work. It took discipline. It took study, repetition. Okay, so here's something I do every day, and I want to share it with you. I go into the mirror and I look myself dead in the eyes, and I demand of myself the confidence to carry out my definite purpose in life, okay? And I want you to do the same thing. Look her in the eyes, ladies, because she's dying to come out. The real you is dying to come out. And with repetition and study, you will step into that greater, higher version of yourself that's so desperately waiting, okay? This is called the self-confidence formula, okay? This can be found in the book, Think and Grow Rich. That book has changed my life. It's changed Gary's life. It's changed many, many people's lives, okay? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is called the self-confidence formula. Take it and read it every day and look in the mirror and demand the confidence of yourself to go after this goal that you've now put in your bra next to your heart, okay? Set it, put a number on there, put a number that scares you, okay? Read the self-confidence formula every day and look in the mirror. Demand of yourself the confidence, ladies, okay? This is so important. If there's one message I could go back and tell myself is this. And through repetition of saying these things over and over again, guess what happens? You start to believe that you are that woman. You start to have faith. Your belief grows and your faith grows, and you start to act as the woman you were supposed to be all along. Okay, so through study and repetition, go ahead and get this book, Think and Grow Rich, and read out the self-confidence formula every day. And I'm telling you, that'll be a good start, okay? So goals are to grow. Goals are to grow. For me, I had to study this material every day. One of the principles in the book is called autosuggestion, okay? Autosuggestion is when we repeat words to ourselves over and over, we start to change our subconscious mind, what beliefs we have in our subconscious, what habits we have. And so every day, I will not use words that will go against me. I will not listen to words that I don't believe in. So I want you to do the same. Speak so highly of yourself. Think so highly of yourself in everything that you do, because your subconscious is listening. So this is so important. The words that you use, pay attention to the words that you're saying. Pay attention to the words that you're thinking. And if they're not to lift you up, don't say them. Replace them immediately. Okay? So through this work, through this study, working with Bob Proctor, I've been studying this for years. Okay? I have been able to turn my life around from really in poverty. The truth is, I was in poverty. And now I just bought my third home. I bought my dream apartment recently in New York City. How did I do that? How did I go from living in a council house, being an immigrant woman in America? I did it through my mind. Okay? 95% of your behavior plus is from your mindset, your subconscious mind. And so through the study, you will start to change what you believe or who you believe you are. So here's a little exercise. So number one, when you get your goal and you put it in your bra and you fall in love with it, that's where you're going. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. Don't even tell people your goal because they might laugh at you. They might try and talk you out of it. They might tell you you're crazy, right? Don't even tell them. This is your journey. You are here for a very special reason, each and every one of us. Okay? So get your goal. How do we turn the goal into a desire? A burning, passionate, wildly in love desire. You have to figure out your why. And so this is one of the exercises that I teach. It's called 7 Levels Deep. Okay? You ask yourself, why do you want that goal? Okay, that's the first question. Why do you want it? And then you're going to ask, you're going to get a piece of paper and you're going to do it 7 times and ask yourself, but why do you want the goal? And you go down 7 times until you get to the end. And when you get to the 7th why, you're going to figure out the true reason why you want the goal. So my why is because I never want to go back. I never want to go back to poverty. I never want to go back to not feeling like I'm enough. I never want to go back to not having the bare necessities of life. I am here for a purpose, and so are you. We're here to grow. We're here to create. You are so powerful. You just forgot because of the conditioning, the environment, what you were told growing up in our society. You can replace all that. Through auto-suggestion, through study, you can replace that. Listen to this. This is so exciting, right? I get to design who I want to be. You get to design who you want to be. The first step is write out who you are, who you really want to be. Who is she? How does she walk? How does she talk? How does she dress? How does she think? What does she want? Really examine who you want to be. That's the very first step. And then the next step is to write it down. Write it down and examine it, study it, and become her. You write her out and then you become her. And you don't listen to anyone, don't listen to anybody's opinions as you're on this journey, as you're studying, as you're being disciplined. You step into her because that's who you are supposed to be. You see, some of us will get flashes. These are called flashes from God, from infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. We'll have flashes in our mind of this image of who we're supposed to be. But most people never step into her, because they're afraid or because of the other people's opinions or conditioning, right? So you have an opportunity to design her and become her. And most important is to make a decision that that is who you're supposed to be. And don't settle for any less. It's up to you. It's up to you. So these are some of the steps that I have taken on this journey to become the woman that I am today. I've owned businesses, I've sold businesses, I've made great money. And here's the other thing, money is very important. And I will preach this to the day I die, because one of the biggest lies I was told growing up was that money was bad and that you shouldn't want money. That's evil. Like that's what I was told growing up. And so when I came to America, I was programmed the wrong way, and it caused me a lot of pain and a lot of hardship. I'm telling you now, ladies, you should want money. You should go after money. Money is extremely important. It's creative. There's a wonderful book called Money is God in Action. We need money because money is a resource. And the more money in the hands of the good, the more good shall be done, right? So get money, want money, use it for good. It's a creative resource. So and we are here. There is an abundant oversupply of money, and it's your birthright to be abundant. Do you really think that God or the universe wants us to struggle and suffer for bills? No, absolutely not. How can we be creative? You saw the beautiful lady before me, the artist. How can she be creative if she's suffering and struggling and can't make her ends meet? How can we be creative? Each and every one of us are here for a purpose. And I'm telling you now, it's time that you really sit down and design who you want to be and step into her and demand of yourself. Look in the mirror, look in your eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. And demand of yourself that you will never play small again, that you will not act as somebody you're not, because you are made of greatness. This is a very, very powerful journey that we're on. We either become her or we don't. And I encourage you, I send you all my love, my blessings, and I encourage you to stop playing small and step into that greater, higher self, because she's waiting. She's waiting for you. Look in the mirror, talk to her, design her, and become her. Figure out your goals, put it in your bra, be in love with your goals, be in love, put them next to your heart, jump out of bed every day, get disciplined, study, do auto-suggestion. And I'm telling you now, this works. It's changed my life. These are laws. These are not theories. And I'm telling you, this will work for you too, if you do it every single day. So from my heart, I really, really encourage every single woman and man to do this work. Design her and become her. Thank you so much.